Greetings everyone, it's your boy Allan-Matthew back again for another weekly video. So today I'm going to be sharing actually what I spoke about this morning. So today is Sunday and I actually shared the message at our teen ministry at church. And I'm actually going to be sharing with you the message that I gave. And the title of the message is Rahkmah. And what that means is love. So that's the language that Jesus would have spoke, and that's what he would have called the love that he displayed. So pretty much I'm going to be touching on 3 points, and the third point is where I'm going to be challenging you to do something. I actually went and we took the scripture from Mark 12 verses 30 to 31 and 31, and that reads, I'm actually going to just read it here for you now, and it goes, this is Jesus talking. He says, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. And verse 31, and the second is this, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. So that verse, I'm actually going to dissect it into 2 sections. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is our love for Jesus, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, strength. And the second one is to love your neighbor as yourself. So the first point being from that scripture is that we need to walk in love, and that is as the love for God, right? And so I can quote many scriptures about where the Bible talks about walking in love. But the scripture I'm going to be talking about today is from 2 John 1 verses 5 and 6. And it says, no, dear lady, I am not writing you a new command, but one you have had from the beginning. I ask that you love one another. And this is love, that you walk in obedience to his commands as you have heard from the beginning. His command is that you walk in love. And in this book, John is writing to our church, and he's calling the church that the lady, and the members of that church, the children of the lady, right? And he's saying, I'm not giving you a new command. He's saying, your people, I'm not giving you a new command. I'm actually going to take you back to the beginning, and the beginning says that we need to love each other. And then he went as far to explain what love is, right? And what walking in love is. And he said, this is love. Let me read it again. That you walk in obedience to his command, that's God's commands, as you have heard from the beginning. His command is that you walk in love. And you think about what does walk in love mean, and it says that we need to be obedient to what God is saying, right? And that's saying to me, you know, and to you guys, it's saying, yo, Matthew, this is Jesus saying, he's saying, don't forget me, right? Be obedient to me, right? Read my word, pray to me, right? And fellowship with my people. Which brings me to my second point for today, which is to shower with love, and that's just love your neighbors. In the second part of the Mark verse, it says that we should love our neighbors as ourselves. And the scripture I'm actually going to be pulling from is Colossians 3 verses 12 to 14. And it says, therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves, myself, with compassion, with kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you have grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord has forgiven you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds all of them together. So we're called to love our neighbors as God's chosen people. That is to shower with compassion, with kindness, with gentleness, with peace, with patience, with humility. And it's so funny that Paul is writing this letter to a church while sitting in prison, talking about all these things that we're supposed to be doing. And I don't know about you, but if I was in Paul's situation, I'll be extremely bitter during that period. But he's going as far as to say we should even forgive. And on top of all of that, we should put on love, because love binds all those elements together in perfect unity. So it is so important for us to, one, to love God, right? That's to walk in love. And two, it's important for us to love our neighbors, which is to shower with love. And we ended the scripture in Mark by Jesus saying, there's no commandments greater than these. And it's so important for us to remember that we are called to love. Which brings me on to my last point for today, and this is where I'm going to be challenging you guys. So the title for this is Becoming Love. So at the start of the year, that was my goal, and my New Year's resolution is to become love, to walk in love, to shower with love, and that is the process of me becoming love. So you might ask, what does that practically look like? I'm going to challenge you in your own time, maybe after this video, find a quiet space, take out your Bible, turn to 1 Corinthians 13 and read from verse 4 to verse 8. And that gives us the perfect definition of what the Bible says love is. And in that time, you should also reflect on how you can challenge yourself to become more like love, more like Jesus each and every day. So let's walk in love, let's shower with love, and let's become love together. God bless. Peace.